Okay, I'm standing in front of our Mk7 Golf GTI project, which is just about as fast as a brand new Honda Civic Type R at our official test track. Here's how we did it with a car straight out of the Carvana vending machine. So the first step to building this car was actually finding the right car, and after some research we zeroed in on a 2017 Volkswagen Golf GTI Sport. Now the Sport was a one-year only option package that basically gets everything you need to build a track car and nothing you don't want. So no sunroof, no leather, no radar cruise control that blocks the intercooler, no additional weight, just plaid cloth seats, the performance pack which gets you a real limited slip differential and bigger brakes, and 10 more horsepower, but we'd fix that in the tune anyway. So anyway, a 2017 Golf GTI Sport was what we wanted, and after some research we realized that the best deal we could find on one was actually at our local Carvana. So we went to the Carvana vending machine, we grabbed this car out of the tower, and then we went right to the track. Our official test track is the Florida International Rally and Motorsport Park, and we took this car to its first track day 3 days after picking it up from Carvana. It was mixed there, honestly. We managed a 128.8 on the stock tires and everything there, which puts it right around a stock Miata or a slower hot hatch, you know, right where the car should be stock, but nowhere near the top of the leaderboard where it is now. So the first thing we did was actually a $100 modification. We plugged in a device called OBD11, which is a little OBD2 dongle that can play with all sorts of settings in the car's computer, and we were able to drop more than a full second from our lap times purely by tuning off the stability control with an ESC off tune or adjustment coding, however you want to describe it. So that brought us down to a 127.6. Another one of the first changes we made was a lug stud conversion kit from 034 Motorsport to get rid of the factory wheel bolts. And this is a good time to talk about the sponsor of today's video, 034 Motorsport. So 034 Motorsport is one of the main reasons that this car is as fast as it is, and it's because they don't just drop ship parts like some of the other companies. They are actually an engineering team that are on track racing, that have the expertise, that have been a great source of knowledge and advice and parts, yes, for this project. So thank you 034 Motorsport for supporting this channel and this video. So once we put the lug stud conversion on, we went back to the track with another 034 product, their 034 Motorsport engine and DSG tune. This car is an automatic with a twin clutch DSG transmission, which is just a fantastic companion on track once you tune it. In stock form, it sort of gets in the way, but once we tuned it with a 034 tune, it woke right up and became just a great companion on track. So the transmission tune and the engine tune were worth nearly 2 full seconds. We dropped to a 125.79 second best lap, which is sort of amazing. I mean, that puts this car right on par with our Porsche Cayman's project in stock form. It beats most other sports cars you can buy from a dealership, despite being 25 grand out of the Carvana vending machine. So once we had sort of our great baseline there, we were ready to start changing hard parts in the car. So the first thing we did was bolt on some wider wheels and tires. We have some Titan 7 wheels and a set of Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02 tires. Now these aren't Super 200 treadwear tires that you can't drive to work on. These are a real 300 treadwear, streetable, great in wet weather, just great all-around tire. We did that as well as some camber with the 034 Motorsports camster plates and their lowering springs. We kept stock shocks. We didn't go to any spherical bearings, anything super aggressive, just a nice streetable suspension setup, and that was worth more than 3 full seconds on track. Our new best lap was a 122.44 second lap. So already sneaking up on supercar territory, or at least, you know, new Supra, some sort of amazing cars in that 122 range. So we turned to reliability. The car used oil on track thanks to the factory PCV system sucking up oil under hard braking and aggressive use on track. So we installed a 034 Motorsport PCV system and catch can drain kit, which made the car super reliable on track. Suddenly we weren't using oil at all. In fact, we did the entire Tire Rack One Lap of America presented by Grassroots Motorsports. That's a week-long event covering something like 5,000 miles in a track day every single day without using any oil in the car. So that stuff worked fantastic. And we even went up on a road trip to CMP. We did grid life. We had a ton of fun. We carried our camping gear. We came back, no issues with the car. So once the car was fast and reliable, it was time to focus on brakes because we were cooking the stock parts. We went ahead and upgraded to 034 Motorsports 2-piece rotors, as well as a set of Padgett Street Plus pads. Now, these are kind of a dual-duty pad designed for a daily driver you also do track days with, and while they worked fantastic for us, they only worked briefly. We burned them up pretty quick over a few track days. So for our second attempt, we went ahead and just put Padgett's RSL 29 Endurance Racing compound on the car. Now, this wasn't quite as streetable, a little noisy, a little dusty, but it's held up fantastic over a couple track days with very little wear. So we're pretty happy with the brake package on the car, and we decided to keep making it faster. So on the Tire Rack One Lap of America presented by Grassroots Motorsports, we realized that one of the car's limitations was standing start, something you do every day on one lap. And just wheel hop, tons and tons and tons of wheel hop due to the compliant stock drivetrain mounts. So rather than replace the entire drivetrain mounts, which would require a decent bit of work and expense and commitment, we went ahead and just installed 034 Motorsports dog bone inserts. These kind of firm up the factory rubber dog bone mount, which limits that fore and aft drivetrain movement that causes wheel hop. We took about an hour to install those, and that completely eliminated the car's wheel hop issues. It'll light up the front tires at will now with zero issue. Another thing we discovered on One Lap of America was the car heat soaks pretty badly. It can only do 2 or 3 fast laps before it starts to emit power due to intake temps. So we installed a bigger, more efficient intercooler from 034 Motorsport that turned the car from a 2 or 3 lap wonder into something you could lap all day in without worrying about heat. But then we wanted to make it even faster. So we installed a 034 Motorsports rear anti-roll bar or rear sway bar, and that was worth nearly another second. That brought us down to a 121.67 best lap. Then we went ahead and put a bigger front anti-roll bar on too, again from 034 Motorsport. Now, normally you don't put a big front bar on a front wheel drive car, but this car is camber limited, and we figured that would be a good way to control camber loss or dynamic camber loss up front. And it was. We lost another 0.7 of a second, bringing our best lap down to a 120.99. Finally, we went ahead and set the Continentals on the shelf. We put on a set of Super 200 treadwear tires on the car, and that was worth another few tenths of a second, bringing us down to the car's new personal best, a 120.8 second lap, putting it 0.2 of a second off of a brand new Honda Civic Type R. So that's it. That's how we made this car 8 seconds faster around our official test track than it was the day it left the Carvana vending machine. If you want to learn more, you can click the links in the description, both to the other videos in the car as well as the written project car updates on grassrootsmotorsports.com. If you like this video, please make sure you subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you at the track.
Want to see more content like this? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. And for more information, visit us online at grassrootsmotorsports.com.